morning, this is All India Radio, Kohima. The morning news read by Nobin Pradhan. Prime Minister Narendra Modi chaired a high-level meeting yesterday to assess the COVID-19 situation, the preparedness of health infrastructure and logistics, and the status of the vaccination campaign in the country. He also reviewed the emergence of new COVID-19 variants and their public health implications. This high-level review meeting comes in the backdrop of a spike in COVID-19 cases in some countries. During the meeting, the Prime Minister cautioned against complacency and advised strict vigil. Reiterating that COVID is not over yet, Modi directed officials to strengthen the ongoing surveillance measures, especially at international airports. Prime Minister Modi also emphasized ensuring that the entire COVID infrastructure at all levels is maintained at a high level of preparedness in terms of equipment, processes, and human resources. He advised states to audit COVID-specific facilities to ensure operational readiness of hospital infrastructure, including oxygen cylinders, PSA plants, ventilators, and human resources. Modi directed officials to ramp up testing and also genomic sequencing efforts, and states have been asked to share a large number of samples with the designated genome sequencing laboratories for genome sequencing on a daily basis. In view of the upcoming festive season, the Prime Minister has urged everyone to follow COVID-appropriate behavior, including wearing masks in crowded public places. He also urged that precautionary doses must be encouraged, especially for vulnerable and elderly groups. The 17th round of India-China Corps Commander level meeting was held at Chushul Moldo border meeting point on the Chinese side on Tuesday. Reading out the joint press statement, External Affairs Ministry spokesperson Arindam Bakshi said in New Delhi that, building on the progress made after the last meeting on 17th July this year, the two sides exchanged views on the resolution of the relevant issues along the line of actual control (LAC) in the western sector in an open and constructive manner. Bakshi said that both sides had a frank and in-depth discussion, keeping in line with the guidance provided by the state leaders to work for the resolution of the remaining issues at the earliest. The MEA spokesperson said, in the interim, India and China agreed to maintain security and stability on the ground in the western sector. Bakshi added that the two sides also agreed to stay in close contact and maintain dialogue through military and diplomatic channels and work out a mutually acceptable resolution of the remaining issues at the earliest. Union Ministry of Civil Aviation will ensure that a subsection of 2% of the total passengers in the flight will undergo random COVID testing on arrival at airports. The decision has been taken with a view to minimizing the risk of ingress of a new variant of the virus in the country. This arrangement will come into practice with effect from 10 a.m. tomorrow. In a letter to the Civil Aviation Secretary Rajiv Bansal, Union Health Secretary Rajesh Bhushan said such travellers in each flight shall be identified by the concerned airlines, and they must be preferably from different countries. Such travellers will be allowed to leave the airport after submitting their samples. If positive, the report will be shared with the Integrated Disease Surveillance Program and with the concerned states for follow-up action. Such samples should also be sent for genomic testing at the designated Indian SARS-CoV-2 Genomics Consortium Laboratory Network. Bhushan said while the Civil Aviation Ministry will coordinate the testing, its cost will be borne by the Health Ministry. The Health Secretary also requested the Ministry to conduct these tests at subsidized and uniform rates across all international airports. The second installment of the centrally sponsored scheme Post-Metric Scholarship ST 2021-22 for the students of Nagaland have been released by the Directorate of Higher Education on Wednesday. Taking to Twitter, Minister of Higher Education and Tribal Affairs Temjen Imnalong updated that of the total 40,532 applicants, payments to 40,161 were successfully uploaded through PFMS. Alongside payments to 371 applicants were failed due to inactive or closed bank accounts. And that's all the news we have for you this morning. Have a nice day.